Stop motion animation is one of the most fascinating methods of animation for me, and I admire it wholeheartedly. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with stop motion, and would watch videos of it regularly on YouTube, whether it be Lego, Ben 10, or some other weird crap. I loved it, and I still have a bit of a soft spot for it. Some people create works of art with this method, and some people create abominations, like me. I've tried my hand at stop motion plenty of times, and all of my attempts have been unsuccessful, as you're about to see. But my love and admiration for it has never dwindled. I've shown you my old comics, I've shown you my old stories, and now I thought it was time to show you some of my old stop motions. It's the final chapter in the Diamondbolt Embarrasses His Younger Self trilogy. Now, there's not as much to make fun of or laugh at this time round. I figure I'd just show you them in their entirety instead of trying to crack jokes every 5 seconds, because 5 seconds is pretty much how long they go for. Before we begin, I must say that unfortunately about 40% of the stop motions I made are missing. I had way more, and unfortunately a lot of them were better than what I'm about to show you, but I cannot find them for the life of me. All I know is that they exist, I just don't know where. Now, I found this folder of them the other day, and it's where I kept, I think, most of the animations I made when I was younger. Heavy quotations on the word animations, because they're not. I think there's stuff from like 2008 to 2010, which is so long ago now. Jeez, I feel old. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily proud of them,
because they suck.
but they're too short to really commentate over, so I'll just let you watch them and give my thoughts afterwards. I'll start with the most basic one. I made these while I was on holiday with my family at a beach house, and I found these little car toys that I really liked. I don't think this was my first stop motion, but it was definitely one of the first. I also made a second one really similar to it, and it's twice as exciting. See, this time there are 2 cars. So yeah, as you can see, they weren't very good. I like in the first one here at the end, you can see my hands just grabbing it. Like, this is a theme you'll see very commonly amongst my stop motions. I didn't really seem to understand the concept that you're not supposed to show your hand. I mean, I knew you weren't supposed to show it. I mean, I just wasn't very good at hiding it. So those are probably the most boring ones, if I'm being honest. Another one I made was this Ben 10 fight with all 3 of my current Ben 10 toys. So my Ultimate Humongosaur, Ultimate Swampfire, and
Armadillo show.
Now, as for the pink filter, I don't actually know why. It looks like the room's covered with poisonous gas or something. So yeah, as you can see, once again, I've so expertly hidden my hands when holding them. I like this bit here with Ultimate Humongosaur hitting the camera, but goddamn, that is an awful shot. The biggest problem for me was that I was using an iPhone to film these stop motions, which meant little to no stability. So that's why so many of these are so jumpy and disoriented. That, and I was filming it vertically, which should be punishable by death. Alright, next. I think I've said this before, but I am atrocious at transforming my Transformers figures. Like, the instructions can go burn in hell because I don't understand them. It's like it was written for aliens or something. The only Transformers I could transform as a kid, and even still a little bit now, are the McDonald's Transformers toys. Back when McDonald's didn't suck and they made actual toys. So I made a few stop motions of like all the Transformers figures. So one of them I'll start with is Bumblebee, so the animated Bumblebee one. There's a bit of a jump cut to when he just stands up, because obviously there was no way to... He doesn't have articulation in the legs, but god damn it. Look how subtle my... You can't even tell I was holding it. Man, I'm good. Next is Ratchet, who was filmed in the same place, I believe. Pretty much with the same thing. I've sped this one up a bit because it's a bit faster. Just look how, like, well I transformed it. I didn't even bother transforming it properly. The funniest thing to me is that they come complete with their own typed out intro as if it were a 2007 Club Penguin YouTube tutorial. Alright, what else we got? We got Ironhide Energon. So this one, I love this toy as a kid. The reason I have to slow these down so much is because I didn't really do enough frames of the individual animation, so it doesn't move fluidly at all. It's probably the very most basic stop motion you can imagine. It's because, and this is still true now, I don't have much patience, so obviously I wanted to rush through the whole thing. And what, it would have taken less than a minute to film the whole thing. My favorite one out of the Transformer ones would have to be the Optimus Prime, because he gets hit by a bus. It's just hilarious. This one's probably the most fluidly animated, and you can tell that it's not very good. So, what does that say about my stop motion skills? next, this one is horrible. I made like an Angry Birds stop motion because I got this set with a bunch of Angry Birds toys. It was supposed to be like a board game, I think. I'll show it on screen now. Yeah, so I made like a stop motion, but the problem was, if anyone's played Angry Birds, you should know that when you shoot it through the air, they're kind of, you know, in the air. So I had to hold all of the birds with my fingers and obviously couldn't disguise it. So this whole freaking animation is just me playing with Angry Birds toys. I remember I had a lot of fun making this one though. You know, I've like got a few perspective shots. It's not terrible, but well, yeah, it is. My favorite bit though is, I always like this bit of creativity I used, whether I'm pulling my own leg here, I don't know, but anyone who's played Angry Birds, the bomb bird is supposed to explode. So I figured, because he flashes red, so I swapped him out in between this frame with the red one to make it look like he was exploding. Even though at the end here you can clearly tell I just swapped the bird, but... Alright, next, Megazord. So I, just like with the Transformers ones, I did a Megazord transformation. It's not very exciting. I had a lot of fun making these, I have to admit. And I was very proud of them by the end, and now I look at them and I'm just so embarrassed. Anyone who knows stop motion would know that making it with Lego is probably way easier than doing anything else. So I started doing a few Lego ones. I lost most of them, and this was the only one I could find, unfortunately. But this one has no point. Like, it's just the skateboard falls off, and that's the whole thing. Just freaking holding it with my hand. God, I'm just so good at stop motion. Robot versus T-Rex. This one's long and just so stilted and horribly made. Can't even tell what the hell is supposed to be going on. Yeah, so I don't know. I would have been about, what, 7 or 8, I think, when I made these. Probably a bit older than that. Gresh versus Rakshi. Now, I was inspired by this YouTuber who did these absolutely fantastic, like, Hero Factory battle stop motions. I can't remember his name, but I'll show him on screen. And I wanted to make it, but obviously I just didn't have the talent or the patience to do it. So I kind of just made these very, like, I don't know, bootleg versions of them, if you want to call it that. And this was the result. So, you know, I really tried, but it's so bad. And it celebrates victory at the end there. I don't know, you can't even tell when he's hitting him. There's another one even longer. This is the final one of these older ones. Rocker versus Explode. This one goes for a shocking 33 seconds. This one here took forever to make, I remember, but it's just so messy. Like, these could have been really well done if it weren't for the massive gaps in between that, like, the frames. I don't know why I had Evo there up at the back. I think it's just there in the background. Oh, so this one here, if I recall, made out of Lego duplicate blocks. Around this time, I started using a stop motion app I found on the App Store on the phone I was using. And I have to admit, it helped me quite a bit. As you can see, you can actually understand almost what the hell's going on. It probably helped that I was a bit older around the time of making these, and so I knew that you were actually supposed to, you know, move them more than a feet in between. But overall, the ones I made using the app are actually, you know, viewable. But unfortunately, as I said, a large number of the ones I made using this app went missing because I saved them on said app and then deleted it by accident. And now they're all gone. My babies. So with this one here, the reason it looks like an actual animation as opposed to a freaking slideshow presentation is because I started using this app. So yeah, this one's not bad, I have to say. Hey, at least I finally worked out that phones can record horizontally. Alright, now we get to the ones that aren't completely terrible. These ones are much newer. I think these were 2012, around that area. These are all Lego ones. I'll start with this one. This one's alright. Dobby's Fail, I believe it's called. Just has a little bike wheel there. So yeah, these are better because this is when I started using that app I mentioned before. So there was a lot more animation as opposed to just, you know, garbage. This one's I made the film at the same time. Voltix's assistants. Yeah, so you can basically tell I had Parkinson's when I was filming these. As I said, I wasn't propping up the camera on anything, so it was just me, like, every time I'd move it, I'd have to move the camera back into position, so it just becomes this, like, shake effect mess. So these ones I filmed on a, Lego boards, whatever they're called. Base plates. Okay, these two are super intense, and I think definitely my best work. Rivals John Wick fight scene level here, okay? A 2-part epic. Yeah, so that's my definition of a fight, by the way. Top 10 saddest anime deaths right there. He didn't even hit him with it. He kind of just, like, tapped him. You know, with some proper editing, this could almost be good. Nope, never mind, still sucks. Stormtrooper, this is the most fluidly animated one I have. Like, I don't know what the teleporting guy is again. I don't know what was up with that, but this one is probably the only one that actually looks like movement. This one's cool, using your head. This one was kind of clever. Also really dumb. That's all the Lego ones, which unfortunately are the best I've got to offer. This is the final stop motion I ever made with the app. It was just a very simple test of using blue tack instead of freaking holding it, which is a marvel for me. And finally, this one is the newest one. So I made this one in 2014, I think, or 2015, I don't remember. And I actually uploaded this to Diamondbolt at some point, I think, but it was so embarrassing. It was titled Grimlock vs. Predaking, but that implies it's a fight, even though it's more of an interaction. Thus, my stop motion career began and ended all too soon. And that is that. I hope you enjoyed watching, or at least trying to understand my stop motions. I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm done with stop motion. As I've said, I've always had a passion for it, but I think it's pretty obvious that it's not for me. If anything, it just makes me appreciate how much work goes into making the good stop motions that much more. So, there you have it. You see my old Transformers comics, you've laughed at my terrible stories, and now you can cringe at the sight of my horrible, horrible stop motions. I hope you really enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next video. Diamondbolt out.